What's up guys, Tim, Some Damn Fool, 2019 Honda Foreman 500 headlight. Alright, as you can notice, I've taken it out of the bike. I got the headlight out, the bulb, excuse me, and this is intact. I washed it, cleaned it, dried it somewhat. Chunk it right in the old oven at 200 degrees, and we're going to go 12 minutes. Oh yeah. Alright guys, if you like what you've seen today, I appreciate it. Give it a big old thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Appreciate it guys, thanks for watching, and more mods and customizations soon to come. Alright, leaving a little longer, because it never hurt. And get over here to my workstation. It is far too cold outside. So get you a rag. I'm still finishing my house on the hardwood floor. But there's the finished one. It's drying, so it indeed does work. Let me get this head strap on, guys. Bear with me. Alright. Let's see. Hopefully you guys can see. Yep, there we go. Alright. So, biggest thing about this is 3 tools. 2 flat heads. This is for the light bar. Good sharp razor knife, cigarette lighter, so you can heat the blade up if you need to. While it's good and hot, go ahead and cut along your edge. And it's warm. So there's one more very important part of this process, one more tool, and I'll show you guys that shortly. So just run your knife right inside your edge. Careful not to cut your leg off, like I almost did. What it is, guys, this is helping separate that glue. However little, it helps. Be careful, don't cut yourself. And you best be prepared to get filthy, possibly some black silicone on your clothes, because I indeed did. This is definitely a trouble area. Try to work this corner good, no matter how slow you gotta go. Speed is not your friend. This is why that second rag. Keep it from sliding. Just work the point in and work the knife down. Get all the way around the corner. Point in, and then work the knife down. It gets tight in this bottom corner, so you gotta be patient with it. But you gotta get it cut, because this is one of the last places it's gonna hang on you as you separate. Alright, the next part is your clips. You definitely want these to stay intact as much as you can. Try to pick a side and see if you can find one. After a few minutes, it's warm enough you can handle it. Alright, right there. So that seems like it's wanting to. Alright, and you'll feel it give way, guys. So there you go. That's the separating of it. Now I'm going to go through with my razor knife, clean the ditch out from all this factory silicone sealant, whatever they put in here. Make sure the inside of the bulb is good and clean, dry it off thoroughly. I'm going to go and spray paint it black. I will come back and trace out with my Sharpie. I'll show you what, guys, by the back of that headlight, what lines I cut at, how much I take out. Alright guys, so we're back, and I know the lighting is bad in here because the lighting's just bad, so archaic, but got the flashlight here. And so what I'm going to do now is, this is essentially just the one flipped upside down to the other. I see the edge of my light. There's the next line. So I'm going to come in here at the top Follow that line straight back to there, and then it comes down to that scallop at the front. So just mark it out there, then switch sides, and it comes past that one to about right here. So we'll follow that line on down to beyond the lip, right to the edge. So we'll come down, and then we'll follow this line. We'll come in a little. Guys, take your time with it. Don't get in a rush, because the less you cut out, we're going to curve this up. No, my hand's in the way. So if you cut out less, you'll have less siliconing to do. Alright, it comes down to the back. It goes all the way down to the front. And we should angle it in right there. So we'll take all that. Let's get back over here and see where my inside starting point is, down next to the bracket. Like so. And that'll kind of curve back up. And then the bottom, we're going to go all the way down to that. Yep. And take it right up above that ridge. So guys, now is the fun part, and that is the Dremel. Your next most important item. Safety glasses, because your Dremel will throw some stuff, hot plastic pieces, and it sucks booty. I'm gonna get cooked doing it. So I'll try to keep the light on, guys. I know this is archaic, but it's Ballin on a budget. I'm on plywood floor in the house because it's too cold outside. So maybe you can see that fairly decent. Go ahead and plug your Dremel in. That's always going to help, because it damn sure don't want to run off with good intentions. So get your workpiece in the light. Take your time, guys. Alright, now we'll go and test fit again. Again, we're going to go with the wire in the bottom. Wrong at that. Nope. Bottom. The bottom. To the bottom. Get in there, wire. While we're doing this. God damn it. So I ain't gonna fight that anymore. Alright, so we'll try and see if this side is ready to go, and it is not. We're going to take this up and in. It looks like almost all the way to the corner. So guys, I'm going to keep trimming at this. I'm going to get it where it fits right, and we'll jump right back into it in just a second. No sense in making you suffer through this. Alright guys, so this is what I ended up with. Let's see. So, big in that way, cord up. Always orientate your headlight same way that we flip-flop because of the power wires. What I want mine is to sit just beyond flush, top and bottom, and then lined up straight out. So I still have the stock adjustment of the headlight for up and down. So that's mine. This is what it looks like, and it needed every bit of that. You know, I could have been a little better maybe with trimming through here, but that's okay. So now it's silicone time. The good thing about that, guys, is you'll silicone, you know, some of the heat shield out of it, but you'll still have this pass through as long as you don't go crazy through this ditch here. So I'm going to silicone mine in. Go ahead and let that dry. Actually, I'm going to take it out, shoot the inside of the bucket again, clean up some of these plastic boogers where it melts, that gets all over the place, and get mine ready to go back together. I'm going to give it a 2-day cure time just to make sure. So today is Friday. I will have them installed and do a demo video what they look like, let's say Sunday. Y'all stay tuned. Yeah, so it is time to vent because I know it's going to build up heat in there. Big shout out to Dakota Ray Christian for the tip to do that. So I determined my best location is come in this back corner. Now it's a good thing I didn't do it beforehand because I would have risked getting the silicone because I wanted to seal it from the inside too. Just trying to keep water out, you know, like you know, give it the best opportunity it can to make it. So alright guys, so it's vent time. You know, not the strongest thing, then again these will stay stationary. Still got the adjustment, make them fully adjustable, and hopefully it profiles it and shows that they're sitting in there flush, you know, both ways. So gonna come in the side where I have a vent over here in this corner. No doubt with as much sealant as I put on it, it's going to build up heat. So big shout out to Dakota Ray Christian for that tip. And I'm just gonna get it down probably to this hub area and seal it up real good. I got some goo, I got some black silicone, and I got some super glue, and I think I'm gonna go with the probably just with black silicone. It gets firm, holds up fairly good, and if I have any leaks I'll have to deal with that later. Alright guys, so I spray painted the fit in black for just, well, looks. It was real tight getting it out, so I drilled it out just a little, maybe as to not scrape a bunch of the paint off. I just pushed it in, and indeed it scraped some, so we'll turn that scrape as far as we can to the back. And I decided to go with the black silicone because and once this coat's in, guys, I'll definitely come back and overcoat this, but just to get it in place. Alright guys, so they're in. The sun gonna fight me. If you look close you may see a little condensation. That's what the drain lines are for. I just brought these outside and set them out so they could cure in the sun and let the light hit them. You see down in there is my vent, and then the other side there's the vent for it. So big shout out again to Dakota Ray Christian for the idea to do the vent on it. 300 cleaned up a little bit, got some new decals. Shout out to Savage Media for knocking out that order. And yeah, so just wanted to show what you know, show them finished and installed. The adjusters are back in. These are still fully adjustable, same as when I took them out. Chips on them, but you know, they're clean, they're in, they're done, they're curing. And her bike is in the shop over there. I gotta rewire the stereo. She's gonna ride today in the woods and swamp in the backyard. It's gonna get filthy. This evening I'll clean it, install them, wire them, and finish up this video showing me adjusting them, that they are in fact still fully adjustable, same as the factory ones. Alright guys, so they are indeed installed. Went ahead and wired them in. There is no option to do high and low beam with the light bars that I have. So it is the green with the stripe is the ground, or the black wire for coming off the light bar. The power wire you'll use for the high beam, because I've got the light bar on the high beam switch also, is the blue wire. Cut the white wire back, tape it where it's not in the way. Got my vent lines ran, or that one run up. Didn't have enough vent line on the other side, so it's kind of just zip tied out of the way up here. The bucket's in. I've got my wire zip tied at the loom so it can crimp that big factory loom and not pinch off my wire. And clean the bike up a little bit. So, show you what they look like running. And they are bright. I'm pretty sure it's going to be kind of blinding. Let's see. So I tried to wire the high beam into it and low beam, and it didn't work. When it would, it would make everything come on the same thing. Instead of trying to cross two hot wires together and overload something, I decided to go the safer route and just wire them to the high beams. So guys, all in with everything, the super glue I wanted to get just to take extra steps, I'm at 40 bucks, including the mini light bars. I got those for $10 a piece from my boss and friend Jason Roper. Appreciate it. Big shout out, buddy. Also, big shout out to Dakota Ray Christian for not only the awesome O2 delete that's in this bike, but also the idea to vent these headlights. So if I have any tips, suggestions, recommendations, as with anything in life you do, every step is equally as important as the last. Take your time, don't cut corners. If you get frustrated, just walk away. You cannot control drying time, so keep that plenty of consideration. I've got this backed in because I wanted to have the doors shut to aim them, and basically I've just got them pushed all the way back, because mine, the face of the LED bar is flush with the face of the back side of the bucket with the lens off all the way around. That actually gives it a little bit of a tilt up. So if I were to do it again, I would bring the top out just a little more on either side equally. And that all has to do with the trimming. They will clear and turn the more you trim, but trim very carefully, because the less you trim, the less you have to silicone in. I recommend the black silicone because it dries in good and stiff and hard. It will hold everything. These are sealed from the inside, the back side on just the back side of the pod, or the holder alone, and then the faces are of course sealed. So we will give it probably this coming weekend. We'll go ahead and let it sit up for a week. I know that stinks, but nothing else. Maybe I'll pull it out Wednesday. I'm rough on the bike. I haul behind back here in the trails, and I beat on it, a good amount. So, but yeah, guys, some budget headlights for 40 bucks. Started Friday. Today is Sunday. It is Sunday evening. Still a little bit of daylight. If you're just finding the channel through this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Some Damn Fools ATV. Big shout out to Casey Savage of Savage Media for these awesome stickers. You guys definitely get over there and check his channel out. He is my sole, one and only sponsor, and my brother. I appreciate it. So guys, there you go. Ballin' on a budget. $40 custom headlight.